Hey everyone, it's Riley. Today is March 31st, 2018, which means yesterday I hit my 3 months on testosterone. So first off, I want to say happy Trans Day of Visibility. It's really amazing to see a lot of my friends being visible on Facebook and in their lives. It's also nice to see how I've become more visible in my transition in this past year and thinking about how I will change even more in a year from now. I've noticed a few changes in this last month, but everything has been a super slow process. I keep thinking as each month goes by that things are going to happen quicker and I become a little less patient, but I think it's just going to continue being a slow process throughout. The main things that I've noticed this month mostly are my voice. I'm having a lot of voice cracking, and even I've noticed my laugh has changed. When I laugh, it kind of sounds like some really strange noise coming out of my mouth that I'm not exactly sure what it is. And when I try to sing in the car, like when I'm driving to work, belting it out, some really awful noises are coming out. So luckily I'm by myself for that. I have noticed a little bit more hair on just kind of like my chin and cheek area and my upper lip. It's completely blonde, not noticeable, but again, if I get really close, I can see it. So I'm hoping in time those will change over and you can actually see the hair. So I know I'll get there at some point. I also have a bit of hair, just kind of like, what do they call it? Like a happy trail. A bit more there, and then a little bit maybe on my stomach, not much. I have been doing really good with my skin. My skin on my face has been clear, it's not oily at all, but I've been having a little bit of acne more on like my upper arms and my shoulders and back, which isn't too great, but I'm just glad it's there and not my face. The only other thing that I've noticed, and if anybody's watching this and you're my family member or you're my close friend, you don't want to hear about it, turn this off now, is that my sex drive has increased quite a bit. And I don't know if that's because I took a couple weeks off vacation and I just had more time on my hands, but I feel like my mind was more in that place than normal. I started seeing a new doctor this past month because I was going to a clinic in Wichita and I was having a lot of problems with them. They were being just awful to me with everything, and I just felt like I wanted to be in charge of my health. So I switched over to a place called Kansas City Care Clinic. It's in Kansas City, Missouri, and they've been really great. They did a bunch of blood work, made sure everything was okay, and they're really cheap. I spent like $15 on my appointment, and they gave me free needles and syringes, so that was really great. They also told me that if I want to switch over to testosterone gel in the future, they have a program to do that so that you don't have to pay as much because the gel can be expensive. But it's good to know that the gel is an option because the doctor in Wichita told me they didn't even do that in the US. I haven't been going to the gym that much this month because I've spent a couple weeks out of town. I went to see my dad at near the Grand Canyon, and then I did a bike trip, like a 90-mile bike trip with my brother on the Katy Trail. I did that Grand Canyon hike a few months ago before I started testosterone, so I kind of wanted to see, hey, am I actually stronger? Like, will this hike be easier? And I actually felt like it was harder. I think I had more in my backpack this time because we did an overnight camping trip. But all that working out at the gym, I don't think it's actually really made me that much stronger. At least I couldn't notice, because after my bike ride, I was like super sore and my knees have still been sore from it. I started a new job this past week, and I've been having a lot of issues with jobs since I've come back from Australia, just really not being happy in the different jobs I've been working in. So I started another job on Tuesday, and I'm working for a landscaping company. That's also why I haven't been going to the gym, because I've been exhausted when I've been getting home, and I've been doing lifting and being on the ground and moving things around. So I've been getting a really good workout just at work. So I'm not sure I'll still be hitting up the gym, but hopefully I'll still be getting stronger just by going to work every day. I have been having a little bit of an issue this past week at my job because I'm working in an environment with all men. And I think there's a couple girls, but I've only been on crews with just men. And I'm really not used to working in any place, like in my friend spaces, in my family, in my workplace, with all cisgender men. And I'd never really had cisgender men as friends in my life, so I've been finding it really different to try to relate to them and work with them in teams. It's been strange because I've been feeling uncomfortable. Like, the fact that I can't relate with them makes me feel like I'm not one of them, and I'm really small, and of course I'm getting misgendered a lot, so I've almost been feeling really feminine, and that's been making me uncomfortable. I need to be more proactive about telling people what my pronouns are, but I'm kind of just getting used to everything right now, and I think it would be easier to just let everybody know at once what my pronouns are. I'm out to my bosses, but we work in small crews each day and it switches up, so it's kind of hard to tell one person one day and the next day I have to do it again and again. It's kind of exhausting, so I think I'm going to try to do it at maybe like a work meeting at some point. We stop at gas stations along the way because we're just working at home, so we have to stop for bathroom breaks. And I've found that first day I just went in the men's room, no problem. Then on the second day, I found a couple of the guys got into the bathroom before me, and I had this moment of hesitation where I thought, wait, I think a few of them called me she earlier, so I don't know if I should still go into the men's room. And I got all freaked out in my head that I ended up going into the women's room. And I haven't done that in a long time, and it made me feel bad that I just couldn't tell people who I was, so I could just use the bathroom like normal. But I already have a lot of issues sometimes just in the men's room because I'm always feeling uncomfortable because I have to wait for the stall, and sometimes if I'm in there too long waiting for the stall, I'll just exit because I'm worried people are looking at me or someone's gonna talk to me and hear my voice and gender me wrong. So that's kind of something I've dealt with. I've been just using the women's room the rest of the week, but I need to say something. I think the only other option is just waiting for them all to file out, but that's kind of ridiculous to have to do that. I think that pretty much sums up my month, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all when I am 4 months on T. See ya.